get into it. It's NIP taking on Heroic. It's the second map, and it's Nuke. And my, oh my, Heroic, they just made it happen. Back on Inferno. Well, they're looking for a 2-0 here. NIP doing all they can to stop that from happening.
Dane's on Nuke. I'm a little worried for NIP, but we got ZTR calling now, or at least presuming, right? That's what we've heard. So let's see if we see any clear changes here for NIP on this second map. They had a great start. Back on Inferno. Nuke looks to do it to him again, but Heroic got the smoke and they're going to run past main, trading not to their favorite. ZTR keeping the advantage. Nuke peeking out from the side, catches the bomb, but he can't kill it. They're behind him as well. Hampus helps out, and NIP crunching outsider, killing everyone where they stand. Heroic 2 players up, and caught just by Nuke, standing still. Refresh in the garage, and he's done some damage, but capitalizing won't be easy, and he's got no armor either, getting tagged, getting churned up, and Nuke will close it out. So yeah, good reaction for NIP, just pulling all their players outside once they see the bulk of Heroic there, and they don't let them get much map control.
Yeah, nice stuff out of NIP to start this one off. You've got an immediate response from Heroic, though. They're looking to bring the heat here and now in round number 2. They're not waiting about to bring these rifles out right away. They're looking to find a forced victory here. Outside smoke's getting lined up and thrown over. That gives some pathing across to Cadian to try and work his magic outside. And the rest of Heroic are just waiting here in the lobby. Now, Rez has dropped down B early. This maybe softens up this A bomb site just a tad and allows for these entries to come in. Rez dies trying to get back up the ladder. And over in main, Nuke, doing what he can, has at least made this doable, right? Left in a 1v2. It's not impossible, but they just leave the A site now. They say to Nuke, yeah, man, you can have it. We're going B. They're going to get this bomb planted. Now, he's fast into ramp, maybe a little faster than Heroic are ready for. Stown is still up on A. Luckily enough, Cadian is just going to win the fight out, win out the head-to-head. And so Heroic, they do snatch that round away from NIP. They do come in with an immediate victory in the 4-spy round.
Got a little scary there, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't like a free from heart tremors.
Yeah, he had no kit though, so even if he got that kill, he doesn't know that Stown's still back on that top site, and he doesn't have, the kit to stick. So luckily under control. Heroic, yeah, they like their T-side forces, right? They did the same back on Inferno. They picked it up in the 3rd, right? Their second round coming down to a 1-on-1. This time they get it in early and push NIP to pistols. Hampus goes into the vent again. Heroic armed and dangerous. Setting up util on this A site, we've got a stack this time around, even though we have that lower drop, a further boost back up. ZTR, oh, he needs to go quick. He's fallen off instead. That will do. Shotgun Deagle, and he takes down 1, but Tessa's on the entries, as is tradition, doubles down. Hampus stuck in the vent, waiting for his time to shine, and he's going to come up and catch Stown reloading, but gets the mag in time, 4-on-2. Bomb planted. This should just be fine and dandy for Heroic. Another one for Stown. And we're seeing all the stars shine bright for Heroic, right? Tessa's looking great on that previous map. Refresh had some key rounds as well. Cadian's orb was lights out. And so it's Stown starting strong here as well. It's not the hope that NIP had. Where'd he go?
Yeah, one of the things I think that, works so well for a team like Heroic is that, they have just like a mixture of like young talents, right? Mixed in with a guy like Cadian, who I think out of all the people you could have chose from Denmark, he certainly had like his fair share of trials and tribulations, right? And really having to readapt himself and focus his efforts inwards into changing himself as a player, right? When he first started to see him in that IGL role and everything was really starting to come together, and he's open as well, and it's like, oh man, this is nice. He's kind of become like your MSL type figure.
Yeah, and
that was literally where it all began, right? Was between those two. So Yeah, man. I think he's just great at like really getting value out of these guys, because you know that everyone around him is really, really hungry, right? Everyone's really, really keen, and so he's molded them into something that for him was like a journey across his entire career, right? He's condensing like years of playing this game down, and you know, kind of helping these guys fast track themselves into very, very complete players. And so, yeah, man, like we've had great games out of everyone on Heroic. Like there isn't a weak link identifiable so far. This round's a little bit weird because they've taken lobby. So Stow might die to these USPs. Just kind of been talking over it because it shouldn't have any like grand implications in the round. It should just mean you get out of this with an AK on the side of NIP.
Yeah, ooh.
Oh, little, there we go.
Yeah,
you unclog that.
Yeah, thank you. I'm waiting to see if there is a resurgence from MSL, because like talking to Danish Orping in-game leaders, I still think that could be a route for MSL, right? We know there's deep talent pool in Denmark. The other ex-North players, in AZ and Gay, they've gone off to form another Danish mix without MSL. So I do wonder what the future is like for MSL, and if he's going to come back, make a resurgence. That would be cool to see, right? Especially around like some young plucky underdogs. Obviously, on Heroic, we do have a good bit of experience, which certainly helps as well. But yeah, maybe for the future, maybe something to keep on our mind.
And MSL, man, if you're watching and you're ever looking to hang out, call in, let us know. We'll make it happen. 3 on the board for Heroic right now. And the reinvestment's coming back in for NIP. We've got the AWP in Nuke's hands. So let's see where he's taking it and what he's planning to do.
Yeah, big round here for NIP. Trying to get on the board early. Nuke, he had some banging shots in the last map as well. Although AWP getting countered quite a lot, right? As is Inferno utility often the case. Nuke are going to have a lot more room to rotate, to move, to play aggressive, and to get yourself into action. Cadian gets down the vent. Sneaky, sneaky. Is there any confirmation? Oh, Molly on the roof of the hut. Rez has got a drop. Cadian's waiting for someone to follow him down, but they won't make that mistake. Meanwhile, Nuke has not moved a muscle towards Garage. Waiting for this yard cross that he might get from Refresh, who is just jiggling, dropping smokes to get that cross in. Nuke going above. I like the move. But will it find anything? Right now, it's just a fake for Heroic. They've thrown the smokes. They're hoping to draw a rotate down B out of ramp. They've done that, but look who's filled the void. It's Nuke coming back from outside to take ramp as Plopsky's lower. So Heroic double back. They don't commit. Cadian can come up the vent with them, and this will all end in A.
Oh, yeah, Cadian's drawing the attention away from the doors, giving a bit of a bird here to Tesses, but still deals with him. And with Hampus helping out from main, this A site play is shut down, locked in by NIP. Great response to the the door push. Right, Hampus and Rez playing off of each other really well. That buys time for Nuke to rotate up into heaven and get involved in things. That was really nice out of NIP, right? Yeah. Even though they're kind of like faked to the nines by Heroic, they're throwing utility outside. They're giving you some attention at vent. They're showing presence at ramp.
I think it's really awkward for Heroic because they're hoping for the vent drop. They're hoping for Cadian to get fed off the back of those outside smokes because, he gets down silent. And if NIP give him the pick from A, they go down vent, they die. Well, that A site is ripe for the taking. But in reality, it was still 3 players on top because Plopsky drops B, Nuke goes from yard to ramp, and there's no rotates needed there for NIP. So Heroic do walk into the stack. All their faking, all their ruse doesn't really draw much of a rotate, despite their best efforts. 3-2, NIP resurging in. Refresh has made it to Secret this time around. Nuke is back in hell, very passive. Plopsky on ramp, hard position to play. And if you die with nothing, it can be a problem, but he gets a 1-for-1. Now they're all flicking and finding Stown. Bomb is loose. Tessus can get it down B. Nuke's already rotated out. Cadian will make his way across as well, and Hampers is anchoring this bomb site on his own.
Yeah, hell of a lot for Hampus to do, but there he is, good on the first. Still a threat, still a problem, and they can't deal with Hampus. He sends them all to the grave, and he puts a 3rd round up on the board for NIP. All alone in that B site, and Hampus good for the hat-trick. Tying this game up and forcing a pause out of Heroic early on. I don't like what they're seeing right now, with good reason.
Yeah, now finding the money getting bottomed as well for Heroic. So some good rotations for NIP. They don't fall for it last time, but this time around they actually have those B drops when they spot Heroic get numbers out ramp. And yeah, Plopsky, you know, rough spot to play. He had a bit of a struggle streak back on Inferno. And ramp is not going to make that any easier when you have these hard 5-man hits. But going 1-for-1 or surviving and getting down to B and communicating that across, those are really your roles. Heroic are going to force in. They've got 3 AKs looking at fast around. Plenty of smokes for this yard cross if they want it as well. We've seen different rounds out of Nuke, right? From supporting ramp and playing Hell to fighting at the garage. Last round, Heroic had deep smokes coming down outside towards Hell as well, cutting him off. This time, he plays for the fight. No one up on Silo. They're running amok right behind this utility. Nuke can't stop them. The molly will be a deterrent, but players can just run through. Hampus is already lower again, very fast in getting into position. Are they ready from this deep? No, Cadian looks away, but he flicks back for the frag, and now he's armed his teammates as they storm the B site.
Oh yeah, Rez having to get out of there as well. Doesn't want to fall prey to these players that are flooding down into B. So Plopsky, for the time being, is the only line of defense here. Up on top of the rafters, holding on to the decon doors. Plopsky good for a double. The bomb can go down here, and a 3-on-3 is not easy waters for NIP. Not smooth sailing yet. Rez is being delayed on the rotate by Refresh as well, so temporarily it's just this 2-on-2. ZTR's given up his deep position in secret. Now they know about him, and Shush and Tessas have both got their eyes on this position. There's the swing. ZTR good for the double. He's made this round possible after all. Refresh is so damn late on this secret wrap. He's going to struggle to play into this round. Smoke on the bomb, and Refresh is just saving. It's NIP up on a 4.
Yeah, rotates are looking good right now for NIP, right? Not falling for the fakes, but still getting players down lower when they need to. Hampus has been very quick in secret, even though he dies and gives up a gun. It's not the end of the world. Like, ZTR with some clean headshots on that retake. Looking very well composed. And it was him and Plopsky, you know, as said, to struggle in Inferno. So starting him off with some nice shots like that will help him come back to form. Got some investment, but also some saved cash here for Heroic. Back to Yard, back to the AWP. They spot it. Smokes it down out, but it's not a full commit. Heroic still have players in the lobby holding on. And hold they shall, waiting for a mistake, waiting for a reaction from these outside smokes. There is none. Refresh has managed to cross. At least he is down B, trying to cause commotion, but NIP just ignore the problem. They tell him, fine, you can have B. We don't want it anyway. Without numbers down on that lower side, with only Refresh trying to look for picks that will not be presented, Heroic are going to be waiting a while for very little result. So it might just come down to this ramp crunch right now. We've seen these A stacks hold strong for NIP. So they've got to get past the AWP instead.
Yeah, you can wait for Refresh to get set up in window, and now this AWP is kind of trapped here at ramp, right? If he tries to rotate down B, well, then that's where Refresh should have him dead to right. So Nuke not in an easy spot here. Getting that first kill, falling back into the B bomb site. Refresh, there it is. He delivers on his promise of getting this ramp frag. The lobby aggression dealt with at that first push. ZTR goes unaccounted for and is good for the first. It's a 2-on-2 now. Heroic, they've still got Refresh down on B. If he tries to come up this vent, he could be in the prying eyes of Plopsky, but instead, they throw the bomb down and they live to tell the tale. 7 seconds, it's still dropped out at the decon door, and there's just no time for Katie in there. NIP, they split the defense up. It looks risky. It looks like Heroic have made the right play, but Nipper one step ahead of them.
I'm actually loving these rotates for NIP, right? Like they just collapse 2 on ramp, 2 in the lobby in that round. Once you know Nuke gets that opening kill and dies down in B, they just hunt Heroic. They don't get in the room to do whatever they want. And even though we have a nice reaction from Katie, right, throwing the bomb down the vent, knowing he's being held, he splits off from his teammate and therefore cannot trade, right? His guy dies outdoor immediately. And with Cadian not there, there's no bomb plant. There's only 1 kill available, even if he gets it. So it's a bit of a sad ending for Heroic in what is a crazy game right now for NIP. But as we know, Heroic are no slackers, and they're not going to, remain silent for long. Again, down, Secret, refresh, hit every round, no stopping to him. Tessus gets into main. Heroic have a lot of room in this round with the man advantage going their way. Up through the door, looking for the hut roof player, that's CTR. Refresh still hunting B. There's the kill for Tessus on that top site. Now Rez back in the site and he falls as well. Tessus always good for 2, it seems, and Shush will help out Heroic 5-on-1. And it's done, it's dusted. It's a 4th round, whether Plopsky likes it or not. His best play, sad to say, is playing for a ninja defuse. And that's really reaching.
Yeah, it's a real feel-good moment, though, for Heroic, right? They've not really got to do anything since we saw them come in with that forced victory, winning some rounds on the back of the money. When the rifles have been in play, they've really struggled. So you don't get much more confidence boosting than like a flawless round up against the rifles, especially when you're coming into that to begin with like not even the most complete buy you could have had. Tessus with the Galil is actually the man who gets 2 of the openers there. And now he's upgraded himself as well. Plopsky still just trying to get away with this AK, but he is getting hunted from ramp, and the flash leaves him blind. So Heroic come in with round number 4. They get all the kills, and they keep 5 alive.
It looked like he was going for it. Just throwing that out there. It looked like he wanted to go up the ladder, and there was only Tessus on the A site. We'll never know, I guess. But good hunt for Heroic. And if there's one thing that we know they can do, it's hunt in these post plants. If you watched Inferno, you will have seen that. They were so good at trapping NIP back into those A-bomb sites. And even B as well, just getting kills in the post plant. Denying these saves. So Plopsky with no AK. Down to an SMG. We got the AWP on Nuke, though. It's going to cross, but this isn't really a solution. It will stop these hell wraps and these main drops from Tessus that we've seen, but it won't stop the secret control that Heroic are being loud and proud about. Cadian trapped up by the vent. Refresh doesn't make it down, and neither does Cadian, as both players die in separate positions. And now this is quite the denial. Nuke still has the back of garage, so crossing from this outside control will be denied. And they don't want B anyway. They've lost all progress there. They've lost their vent player. And so they're walking into dark territory. Instead, looking for kills outside by Red while they wait for Sound to lurk and to work the door. But he's made noise. NIP know he's here, and there's not many options up for Heroic.
Oh, man, Rez just fights him head on. The numbers are gone for Heroic. They might be able to late cross down Secret. That's the only chance they've got now, is on the back of this B play. Shush and Tessus. Unlikely round here. 2-on-5. Rez doesn't really know what's going on down here at B, and they've just missed this timing onto him. He's now ahead of them, posted up in the control room. Rez coming back, and they are looking the wrong way. Still able to adjust in time, as Tess says. So now there's a path carved down into B, a chance at this bomb plant, and a chance at a 2-on-5. Turned 2-on-4. Bomb planted out in the open. The rotation's now coming through for NIP. But there's been a fair bit of time for Heroic to get set up here. This isn't plain sailing anymore. You do still have this smoke on Hampus. That could prove to be key as this round drags on. They lose Tessus. The trade is in for Shush. Now they know about him. Now they know where he is. This vent player trying to deal with him, but he's given up the position with that one stray bullet. Proves to not matter, as the round is still locked in. The defuse stuck. And an IP up onto 6.
Yeah, Hampus, man, he's just not stopping. He's keeping up his running from Inferno as well, and good cover for the defuse. That was a screwed round from the get-go, right? They lose one of their outside players. They lose Cadian down vent, as you can see. And at that point, they're just trying to, patch a wound. But getting a bomb plant will at least allow you to continue to rebuy on this T side. Probably would have had it anyway, but just a bit of bonus money. Nothing wrong with that. And NIP, at least trading rounds, right? Remaining competitive in this map, and it's not their pick in the series either. So that was of big importance. Rez dead early. Cadian boosted up in the door, looking for that kill. And now the world's your oyster, if you're Heroic. You can go back outside, you can lay up these smokes late in the round. NIP have sometimes thrown Molotovs to disrupt them. That's not going to be available now in the mid-round. They do have the mollies, but they're not considering it. Hampus firing off shots and trading his gun. Can also give the indication that there are more players on this A site than there are. But Heroic are not interested in A. They're going back to these smokes, as said. Nuke looking for the pick. Almost catches the jumping player, but almost won't cut it.
It's not even the outside play. Instead, they move back in at ramp. Now, this AWP is here on Nuke and delivers that one killing blow onto Stown before getting mollied out of there. Refresh is crossing through the outside smokes, and Hampus, who has just checked Secret, is now under the illusion that no one was behind these outside smokes. The outside is clear. Well, that couldn't be further from the truth. Refresh has hit a good timing on this wrap, and Hampus might be a dead man walking. Still focused on these players in control. Refresh might be about to hit this timing, and this is still a position that NIP believe is clear.
Oh, no.
There are a lot of kills on Refresh's plate right now, and he doesn't know about them yet. But quite soon, he might be the man that ends this entire round for NIP.
Oh no, they're gonna try and escape.
Oh no, Refresh with the mow down. They never knew about him. And so there's the cleanup. Heroic up onto 5. They get all the kills again, and this time it's with big implications. It breaks the money of NIP, losing those 3 players in the fashion that they did.
Yeah, great team play for Heroic to just like fall back and recede from that round as soon as Refresh makes it cool. Like, I've got the flank, I've got your back covered, they can't go anywhere. NIP group on single and they're just not giving any kills. They're wondering why Heroic aren't fighting in that post plant with an advantage, but well, that's exactly why. Refresh has a lock in and he won't let them get out alive. So NIP, like I said, broke. And yeah, 4 sadly might be the best call here. We got players at like 1400, so you know, just equaling out your money, getting it down to 0 together, and playing for the future. But that means Heroic are destined for greatness on this T side. They're destined for maybe even a you know, half win as well. So problematic situation for NIP. Not really had to see a lot out of Cadian's AWP either as well. Him v Nuke has not been apparent in this map, not yet. He's got it out once again.
Oh, all right, Hampus. All right. Seeing the smokes come in, Hampus has made it fast into Secret. But Heroic aren't moving up behind them, so it's all kind of hanging in the balance right now for whether or not we see much out of this position for Hampus. There are flashes on members of his team as well that could try and set him up. Heroic have actually waited for these outside smokes to fully fade before going back to this outside control. And so no one from NIP is really expecting this right now. Now they hear all this utility. Now they hear all this noise getting made outside. And so Hampus is just playing this one on a bit of a timing, seeing how much he can get away with. They're losing more and more control by the second. Heaven is about to get taken away from NIP. And even then, right, Secret is being accounted for, so Hampus is really going to struggle to get much done, no matter the timing he hits here. Heaven wrap now in, and this puts the A-site players under a tremendous amount of stress and pressure, right? You're trying to watch Heaven, you're trying to care about the hut, the door, main, too many angles, and not enough players to cover them. ZTR dead as well, and Nuke followed up onto, almost hits that timing, almost makes something happen. But Shush is just a little too fast.
Testus for the double opener. I feel like it's just, you know, guaranteed at this point. No matter what happens, great transfer onto the players in the site right below him. And yeah, it sucks for Hampus. The one time he gets in a really, really powerful position to deal with the yard wrap, or at least the secret play. Well, they don't go secret, do they? They use yard, they throw in the smokes, they force him into that corner. And if anything, it's misinformation as to take all the real estate in the world. NIP just didn't have the weaponry to fight, right? That's a round that you don't run against the AWP that can play those fullback positions in CT. And now even more pistols, now even more chances for Heroic to be let off the leash and uncover this CT hold, trapped out behind the boxes, and Shush opens up 2. It's just free real estate right now. Cadian's playing Glock over AWP, and it's working. What's not to love right now for Heroic? 7 rounds on their plate, 5 alive at the end of it. Doesn't get much better than that. NIP, this is such an important round now. They need to win it or they're going to get rolled on their CT side.
Yeah, right. This decides this round right now, you know, whether or not this is like a close first half, one that you're able to come back from, or if it is starting to shape up to be a one-sided game. No matter what happens, it is a grind for NIP at this point. The money is so established on the heroic side that they've got buys till the end of this first half. And it's not the same story for NIP. They're broken if they lose this round. So a lot on the line.
Yeah, and not a lot to do it with either. No AWP for Nuke. Refresh running again behind these secret smokes ahead of his team, and he makes it through relatively unscathed. Rez is now the rotate. It's been Hampus in the past. He's still spamming with the AWP, getting good damage across, right? Just random shots connecting to the legs. Plopsky on ramp and Rez in B. They got the boost peak and he doesn't get seen, luckily. Cadian checks out his angle, but Plopsky luckily falls back just at the right time. Rez on an off angle, smoke out ramp. There's two players here. There have always been good rotates on the CT side for NIP. They've always had the players in the right place, but right now, they're getting avoided on ramp. Rez needs something. He gets domed. A bullet from Refresh. CTR solo anchoring A, and they're walking towards the door as well. They could completely bypass him. The bomb is B. Meanwhile, Hampus will stop one from crossing, but the mollies are in deep, and Heroic are trying to challenge them. A dangerous decision as they lose players on that top site at the same time. The rotate out gets cut off by Refresh, and it is a B play after all. Despite those two vent players coming down and stopped by NIP, Heroic have found places to hide in the site. Tessus tries to fight, and now it is just Refresh.
How on earth is he meant to maneuver this one?
Oh.
ZTR swinging out, puts a stop to the round. And NIP now moving on to 7. Ooh, all right. Chance at a good first half after all. That's nice from NIP. Big stuff out of Nuke and ZTR. And an unfortunate round for Heroic, right?
Yeah.
They have the B play on the cards. They have the players waiting in lobby as well. It looks like the lobby guys are going to be good to like catch some of these A rotations. Well, they actually die up on A. And then that like forces these B players to get aggressive over at ramp. And even though they're netted kills from it, I think it's this fight right here. You know that Tessus is feeling some pressure there, right? They don't have that ramp control. There's still a player there that can come in and try and, you know, kind of screw you over while you're looking for that double doors challenge. And so he hears the vent rotate, he tries to catch them off guard, and maybe if he'd gone 1-for-1, maybe there's a chance, but it's all stripped away. It doesn't matter anymore.
And again, rooting with Refresh. He runs around the smokes. He somehow, again, finds his way lower. And this time, it's a different player. NIP have thrown everything at Refresh and to see what sticks. Hampus has been there. Rez has had a go. Now it's the AWP. Tess is smoking off main. And so this B play is all but a ruse, all but a fake. As Heroic look to wrap hell yet again. And this is when you'd love your AWP in position, but of course it's been maneuvered down lower. And so Heroic have perfectly outplayed it. Heaven is going to be free. ZTR is up in position in a nice little off angle tucked in the corner, but Heroic have numbers here setting up for this A split. Tessus is waiting on his teammate to double peek this angle. So ZTR can't go too early. And even then, what's he going to get? Spotted, cleaned out, and now the A site is ruptured.
Yeah, and it's horrible, man. Like, even when you know about this Heaven wrap, it's such a horrific angle to try and hold. It draws so much attention away as well. Now, this bomb is on the back of Cadian, outside of the B site. As mentioned, Nuke posted up here earlier on and gets away with that kill. Now, Heroic only have this bomb alone down on B.
Oh,
The trades go left and right all across the map. Cadian, this fight could decide everything, and missed shots. The bomb dropped over, leaves it all on Tessus. 10 seconds. I don't think there's any time. I don't think he can do it, even with this kill. Oh, Nuke surely got it. Oh, it's only the tag, but regardless, the round is locked in. There's nothing Tessus can do. NIP, they narrowly win out that first half at 8-7, but it doesn't stop there. They need to give us even more if they want to get to a third map and keep this series going.
Future Pros? I saw Big doing a nifty little boost on Nuke during the European Minor Open qualifiers, so I thought I'd quickly show you all how to recreate it. To do this boost, you'll need 2 Future Pros and 1 AWP. Future Pro number 1, you'll be acting as the stool. It's important work and your contribution is appreciated. Run over and hop onto the far left railing and crouch down. When Future Pro 2 is on your head, stand when they jump and then just chill out. Future Pro number 2, you will get to have all the fun. Follow Future Pro 1 and get onto their head using the close railing. Jump again to allow your stool to stand. Now aim towards this gap and line yourself up so this railing lines up with the edge of the direct close wall. Position your scope so you're aiming just below the painted blue section. Then fire your AWP when the timer is just about to change from 148 to 147. Here you can see the exact moment when Searson made his shot. And that's it. With a bit of luck and a willing teammate, I'm sure you can hit this shot at least 1 in every 100 rounds. Good luck.
For the new lineup, we've only had 4 weeks of practice. We've tried to use it to the maximum potential. We've plugged the 2 new players into our system, but we've also given them the room and chances to create their own identity on their spots and make changes if there's things they don't feel comfortable in. We've also made sure that we're able to play 6 maps because we didn't want to get punish picked on anyone, so we maybe haven't devoted all of our focus to 1 or 2 maps, but we have spread it out, and yeah, that's worked good so far with not losing a series.
We are neck and neck at the end of that first half right there. And, well, Heroic, they might have been undefeated all the way back in their group, but NIP are looking to give them a run for their money. That first half going in favor of NIP just about, right? Just about. It was kind of hanging in the balance there for a while, but now we're ready to get this second half started, and right away, Dual Berettas on Stown is something that's leaping out to me. Let's see what he's able to do with these, especially if a fast A play is dealt to Heroic. Dualies on top of Hut. This is the best position you could put the Dualies in. We've seen it time and time again. So let's see what they accomplish. There's the first for Stown. Shush is going to help out. And the Dualies, they can just keep going all damn day, baby. They're in with a double. Running low on ammo, and Tessa's going to come in to help out right at the very end. Heroic, they find the pistol, and the dual Berettas look damn good while doing it.
Yeah, okay, that's, you know, I've seen them maybe 10 times this tournament. That's the first time that, yeah, they get value. They get more than 1 kill, and they survive. They have impact. It's nice. It's a good position for it, right? Nitro used to do it back on Liquid in the olden days on the same spot. And Heroic, they sweep in, they help out, they clean up that round. That was a weird T-side from Heroic. It definitely felt like, you know, some of the rounds just slipping through their fingers with the bomb getting caught and many players split up. But now the test is going to be on ZTR and on NIP as this young gun's going to be, you know, probably leading the team to some degree. And while the rotates were good on that CT side, T-side calling Nuke is a whole different ball game. I like the delayed silo drop, right? They're waiting for a roof play. They're going to try and fall on main eventually. KD, and the longer that goes on, the less he's going to consider this, but he gets the spot, and now he can start to tag them up as they drop in. Nice stuff for Cadian, falling damage, and Refresh finishes the kill. Cadian will even clean up with the Dualies handed over by Stown. So, nice stuff. Dualies 3, me 0. And Heroic 9. They're up in the lead, but not for long. That was a full eco. NIP are coming in with the big guns. And actually, I think Cadian would have left someone to die from full damage. He hit someone mid-air here. But Refresh, this player, just picks him up at the last second before he craters. Was it worth it?
Oh, a little bonus round. All right. I like it. I like it. I like these. Tess says, ramp aggro, refresh. There's no accounting for that, but yeah, guy just gets wrecked, doesn't he? through the door smoke and through the vent, wall banged out of the round. That's a nice opener for NIP moving into this first, rifle v kind of rifle bonus.
Gamble, they leave ramp.
Completely giving it over. And NIP don't know about this. They're going back outside late here. Cadian is still posted up with this scout. The one thing that maybe gets a little bit worrying is at some point Cadian might have to consider that ramp is taken, right? And so this might make him leave outside. Well, now he sees all the smokes pouring over. So suddenly his attention is right back outside again.
Psych.
Not an outside play from NIP, though. They still look like they want to move into this A bomb site, but this is where everyone is right now for Heroic. This could be a bloodbath. One hell of a gamble. Is it going to pay off for Heroic? There's Cadian and Shush. Good for a killer piece. And the more kills that are coming in means they discount Tesses. He gets away with another. Yeri's lost Cadian, but one of these players is low. It's that decision to swing that leaves him in Nork's crosshair. And the round is taken away. NIP, they get themselves to 9. They keep 2 alive. But as mentioned, that was just the bonus round attempt for Heroic.
Yeah, you said it yourself, right? Like, the more kills that come in, the less they get considered. Tess has had such a great spot, and he was never even checked. Shame he swings there. I feel like he's in a very good position to win the round. Like, the awareness that they can't just drop vent and
think
disappear.
That's right. And that's what you're most worried about is, like, you've got the fights right there, right then. So he's trying to be proactive. He's trying to take them while he's got them. Ooh, fast A play on the cards now out of NIP. No waiting around. None of these smokes. They've dropped this early bit of utility. And actually, it might be to get Hampus down the vents. That's what it's looking like.
He's just hiding behind them right now. He didn't try and drop. You usually see this like coming in with boosts, like Fury do it a lot. They get 2 players outdoor behind the smoke and they boost up, but they're just hoping they don't get considered. Hampers, spam, and now they know. They hear the tag and they finish the job. Not falling for Hampers.
I like
tricks.
that. Bit of poetic revenge as well for Refresh.
Yeah.
He got spammed through the vents last round. Well, this time he does it back to you.
And now they go outside. And there's almost no utility.
Oh, but look at Cadian. Look at Cadian. In secret. Stound's here outside as well, playing around the smokes and just shooting through them. Stound gets away with a kill and is still alive. He's still a threat and even resets into main. NIP, if they do try and commit down through secret, it's not a clear path. Cadian has been waiting here all damn round and he don't miss those. The bomb now dropped down towards B. ZTR's retrieved it at least and can maybe try rejoin Nork over here on the A site. But now that option's gone as well. ZTR 1v4 and so many bodies here at A. It's not going to happen at A. 10 up on the board for Heroic. Straight back in with a round.
Yeah, the A site holds are going to be hard to get through for NIP, right? But with Cadian dropping lower, you know why they don't want to go back into him. And a great start for Heroic, right? Getting a gun round under wraps underway. And NIP push to pistols immediately. Let's compare these AWPers as well as we see more rounds out of Cadian, because we didn't really get to see a whole lot out of Nork in that first half, right? Like he hit the shots he had to, he's having a great game, but Heroic did a good job of avoiding him in the yard, right? Refresh often dropping, Nork left behind the smokes. It would come down to him, winning retake rounds or holding down on the ramp side on his rotates, right? So how does Cadian compare on the CT side? Will he get the same opportunities that Nork didn't? Despite saying that Nork is top fragging in the server, but when it came to outside control, it's just something he couldn't do, something Heroic never allowed. So NIP heading ramp this time. Tess is ready with a grenade. He's cool for Cadian at the right time. And now the AWP is here for support, allowing Tess to commit to the fights. He's not dropping. He's fighting for his life. And he's put up 2, a third. Tess is cleaning it up. Cadian helps out, and it's a lovely round from Heroic. No deaths, rather. Only a bit of damage. So 11-9. And NIP getting a little bit worried here, but they've got some money.
That's a 494 damage round out of Tessez, and Cadian steals the ace. That's 6 HP's worth of damage. And Cadian will deny that privilege to Tessez. Regardless, you know, you're up in the lead and you're feeling good if you're heroic. You know, you're eyeing up a semi-finals appearance. You're feeling it now. Pressure's on for NIP. Game was left hanging in the balance, right? The entire series left hanging in the balance after Nip's map pick was stripped away from them by Heroic. You know, despite a big early lead there, still turns against them. And here, Nuke, kind of in a similar moment almost, right? Where NIP were hoping they were going to build back into this. Things are looking good with them finding that first rifle, and now Heroic are in that lead.
Yeah, to drop a series in this tournament as well. This could be their 6th and 8th series in a row won in recent times. Had some teams going on hot streaks, right? Gambit certainly one to look out for as well.
Oh, Gambit.
I know, terrifying, but
disgusting. I love it.
But so Heroic, like they're also, you know, they showed up last year with a big win back at Cologne, and even with a new roster, don't count them out of the running here in Pro League. There's a lot of talent left.
Look at this.
In this bracket.
I love what Tessez and Stown have done here. Stown's all deep outside, right? And then there's this aggression that comes up from Secret, and you don't see anyone silo, so they take this moment, this little opportunity to get this double aggro set up outside. And with Cadian also on top of Garage to draw the attention away, this could get messy. Stown with the double. Now they never expect a third player also aggressive outside. You're down to 3 if you're NIP, and Heroic are shuffling bodies back into this A site. The right place at the right time, and Cadian lighting them up as they get out the hut. There's the round locked in for Heroic, on to 12. And that round is just beautiful, so clean in terms of how it's set up from Heroic. NIP, they try to play a patience game. They're waiting back in T-spawn for the first like 30 seconds, holding for a push. Little do they know that gives a window to Heroic to get set up outside and just do this. Disgusted.
Man, we got a Dane in the threat room right now. He's sneaking in. He's looking him right in the eyes in these timeouts. And what a read for Heroic to pull in such a key round, in such a important rifle for NIP. Triple outside, absolutely churned up. And this is running out of steam for NIP, right? Look at those round wins for Heroic. 6 out of 7, or 5 out of 6 rather. NIP. Desperate times call for desperate measures, but Juli's really the solution. Plopsky's had a bit of a hard run today on both maps. 5 kills right now in the second. Rez as well, often the shining star here for NIP. 8 kills as well. So can he be the hero with the Julies? I doubt it. This is not a round that NIP are planning on winning. Would certainly be nice, but Heroic won't give you the gun rounds. The pistols won't be much prettier either. Stown, timing is everything. He gets out the vent in time and is posted for these kills. Plopsky gets a wallbang through the hut, but Stown is disappearing and eviscerating his opponent. Popping in and out of the smoke. The nade will do the job. And even though he dies a hero. 13 rounds to Heroic. The pistols get cleaned up. And now NIP, it's do or die. It's semifinals or quarterfinals.
Yeah, and I mean... There's definitely worse, do or die situations out there, right? But regardless, that extra break, that extra time away, especially for both of these teams, when you think about the fact that you've got Group A and Group B teams right here, is great. It lets you have extra time to get ready for those playoffs when things really start to matter. When you're up against the big boys.
Oh my goodness!
Look at this, Arcadian, the aggression. He's in your face. He's in your side of the map. And the round's only just began. He takes the fight to Hampus. And Heroic really starting to put the pressure on NIP as we get closer and closer to a 2-0 series.
He saw the molly and he hesitated like 1 second, like maybe I should. No, actually, I'm gonna go right through it. Takes 50, gets the kill, and it's exactly what we saw in Inferno, right? His willingness to fight down Banana, to AWP, up into alt mid out of the spawn. No fear from this guy. And now again, the triple yard take. The mollies come down. NIP have to go or hide, and they go right into the HE. There are lots of players here. Stan's going to get flashed through from Refresh. Make sure to dodge it. Looking down, but not getting the kill. Popsky finds that opener. Cadian spamming on the cross. Now they know the Orb's there with a tech spamming, and he can drop and beat them to the punch. They get Secret, but as we've seen from the one round, the NIP have managed to get down lower. Cadian was already here, and that is yet again the problem in mind. Nuke won't get given a kill outside. Shush is not giving it up yet. And so Cadian, who's tucked back in the vents, they've got a cross right past him. Nice shot. Nuke does find Shush eventually peeking out from heaven, and that's an option. That's an opportunity. Back into A. Refresh hunkering down at the back of the bomb site and not giving away anything.
Yeah, Cadian's faking noise on the ladder as well, just reminding them that he's here. Keeping this locked off. Tessa's watching on from heaven, and Nuke, not gonna happen. There's the round for Heroic. They collapse into NIP. They're so restricting. Like, anywhere you try and go, they're taking that territory away from you, and they kind of force you into this like mousetrap scenario right up into the A site. You think it's an opportunity, but really it's like their gotcha moment, right? They've got everyone there ready to go.
Yeah, it feels like there hasn't been a wrong read on this CT side right from Heroic. Every A take, they've had the stack. Every B round, they've had Cadian in secret. Every outside play, there's been 3 there. And on T side, there were some weird situations. There were some, times where the bomb was got lost or got left loose. But this CT side has been near about flawless. And even though NIP won the half, it means nothing if this is how your T side is going to go. Quick, clean, and almost 15. Heroic ready to close this series. NIP had to force here. They couldn't have given it over. They don't have the room to breathe, to play for overtime, nor do they have anything to rely on this T side. Nothing's worked. So back to A with a vengeance, but I don't like what's on the other side.
Yeah, Refresh is in a really good spot to ruin their day. That's only a little bit of damage, and that opens up this opportunity to spill down through the vents or into this A site, but they don't commit to it. They throw all these footsteps in and now try to go back to ramp. Heroic haven't fallen for it. They haven't rotated away. Tessas is still here fighting to the very end, and Cadian even rotates in with his Tech 9, trying to deny them this ramp control. Get out, says Cadian. And he's trying to get Heroic onto 15, a missed shot here and there. But it's still the big 1-5 up on the scoreline for Heroic, 1 round away from locking in a semi-finals appearance to end this Pro League.
Man, if I was in the play-ins, if I was in the playoffs and I was watching this, I'd be a little terrified about getting out of Heroic, right? There is no freebie. Loser of this game going down to face Complexity as well. So, that's a team that's also been pretty ferocious. So no easy street for NIP. They're going to try and storm outside yet again with the AWP. Cadian has been everywhere. He's been in your nightmares. Fast behind the smokes. I like the change, but a molly comes down for Heroic, and that makes the smokes miss Bloom. They still get down safely. Cadian, he forces Popsky through. He doubles back, though. And now Cadian has chased him. Finally punished. About time, I think. But Refresh is also here. So NIP don't decide to commit. They take all the room that they've been given and they start to wrap outside. Meanwhile, lobby getting corrupted. So Heroic have a lot of info, but with Refresh down B, it's confirmation that NIP aren't storming this lower bomb site. He hears and sees nothing. So they still need to remain aware that this could end up on that A site.
Oh, yeah, look, you see the kind of penny drop moment. They're staring onwards up into the heavens. They're keeping everyone over here on A bar Refresh, who's still waiting down at that B site. NIP in the 5-on-4, and the last thing they want is for this round of all rounds to turn against them in the man advantage with all the map control they want outside. The only thing that's left to do is play it through to the very end. The double molly in heaven has denied this point of rotation for the time being. Here comes the main split. Shush with the spray and a team kill at the wrong time. Oh no, IP. It might get stolen away. The triple stack was in the right place, and it striked at the right time. Hampus not accounting for Hut, not ready for the vent. He's surely dead when he taps this bomb. Baits that first peek out, but doesn't stick the plant. And so there it is, Heroic locking the victory, 2-0. They're going to the semi-finals. My oh my, they keep up this incredible performance in the Pro League, yet to drop a series, and Heroic looking to take heads at this tournament.